exclusive. You know how we do.
Flowfessional on bboxradio.com. Get ready. It's the Bankai Hour.
Which is really, really good, but it's really a good book for everybody.
Right.
Male,
Read that book.
female.
You read that?
Yes.
You read
And
that?
it's really
And
funny.
I got a record with her.
See, I'm telling you, she's dope.
The book is fire.
See how things correlate?
Yeah, that's
See,
what
look
it
at that.
is.
See, look, that's the alligator, man.
Alligator.
Shout out our hip hop family, you know what I'm saying?
When that next book dropping?
Word.
She got another one coming? They get a nice check from
Speaking of love, what you doing, you know what I'm saying? Let's transition on over to the card for a minute.
Rasheed Chappell.
Trust
his own.
You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the same thing, love, like we hear the passion in your music. What make you love this, my brother?
You know, it's so funny that Amadeus Led was saying that that's his name, Rasheed Chappell. That's my name. So
Look at that.
There's no barrier between what I rap about and who I am, right? So I have to be authentic to what I'm talking about, because there's people that I actually know that could say, yes, that's true, or no, that's not. And I came to the conclusion a while ago that a lot of people, they'll hear a rhyme and they'll be like, that's dope. But this is actually somebody's life, right? So people really had to go through this struggle. They really had to go through that pain for that to become a bar. So I don't play lightly with that. So that's where it comes from for me. And similarly to Amadeus, you know, you grew up in a house where I couldn't sing, but I wanted to make something that made you feel like Denise's Williams Silly. I wanted to make something to make you feel like, you know, Stevie Wonder's Ass. You know, like I wanted to give you that type of feeling. So I had to, you know, get my words right. So that's what it was for me.
That's what's up, man.
So, she,
Very well said.
I really appreciate you showing the honor to come up.
Of course, man. I left the beach and everything for you.
Hold on. That goes back to the point. We are the best.
Yeah, we are.
So on Saturdays,
we gotta say, let's keep it clear. My man Rasheed is fresh too. He fresh today. Let's get this together. But that's the simplest way to do it.
Yeah. You know, I'd rather be understatedly loud.
So,
I might steal that.
So what?
like that.
Right there.
So what brought you to hip hop? Going into the latter, you know, what made you become a part of that?
We got 50 years.
I don't remember life without it, right? You know, like, so if you, I guess under 50 has always been here, right? So I don't remember life without hip hop, you know, whether it was fucking Calvin getting a job at McDonald's in a commercial. Like hip hop has always been here. So my cousin Lateef, I would say, probably was the first one I really pushed it. Like, he had like a little bit of a speech impediment, so he could do the beatbox, and he would want me to rap like the lottie-dottie shit. So I mean, that might have been the first impression. But like in the projects that I grew up in, Special K and Teddy Ted, Special K's dad owned the barbershop as well as the corner store. And I remember how like the older niggas would be like super gassed when Special K came to the spot. But like I probably was fucking New Edition probably was the biggest influence on me. Like, I wanted to be in a boy band. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to be Ralph Tresvant.
They was them dudes. They was them
He was a man.
Yo, wait a minute.
Think
about it, New Edition started all the boy bands.
And they're from a project.
They're from Boston.
They're from Orchard Projects in Boston. So when I found that shit out, I was like, oh, niggas from the projects will do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, you know, like fucking Gary, Indiana, the Jackson 5 is like, where is that at? But Boston, that's up 95. They from the projects. We can do this.
Close.
The hood. Like right around the corner from one of Muhammad's mosques, the one that Malcolm and Farrakhan used. But that's a whole nother. But it's like there's a lot of history up there, a lot of parallels to how I grew up. So it was like, oh, I could do that. But then like the homies started rapping. I was like, well, fuck it, we rap.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? So it was on that type of time.
So how did you get like linked up with Trust, with 38 Special and
well, Special is nice, right? For anybody that know or who don't know.
Trust.
You know what I'm saying? So
Salute to Trust.
Trust. And I think I was doing it. My next album, which is coming out, I got a meeting on Tuesday, so probably next month or the month after my next album's coming out. I needed a track. I mean, I needed a verse, and I had reached out to Spesh, and he like sent it back in like fucking 2 hours or something like that. Wow. And then he had he had made a post, I think, on Twitter about who he should work on a next album with. And I responded like me, and he was like, bet. And we both got booked to do a show in Jersey. And so I don't know if he thought I was playing or what, and we just linked up from there. And he was like, he got a show in, it was either Buffalo, I think it was Buffalo. And it was for 4th of July weekend. And me and the homie Sugar Hill drove up and like popped up at the show. And he's like, oh shit, you here? I'm like, yeah, I'm outside. He's like, nah, come back. I'm like, nah, I'm cool in the audience. I'm here for the people. And so from that day, if that was a Saturday, we was in the studio Tuesday. And then we did the first album in like a week. And then we knocked out, maybe not a week, maybe 4 days we did the first album. Not because, not even because I'm a fast writer, but because it's that energy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Organic.
Like, organic. Like as a dope producer.
Energy make that flow.
Energy is everything, though.
Energy is currency, right? They say currency is money, but the real currency is the real energy.
That's a fact.
And so like he's a dope rapper. So I was like, well, fuck, I'm dope too. So I'm not gonna be sitting here taking long. Like I want to show you I'm nice too.
I'm sure you
so it was that. It was on that. And so
I like that.
Yeah, that's how that
That's
happened.
dope.
Still sharp and still.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Energy
100%.
is crazy. So energy is all around. But Rasheed, we talked up the side a little bit, and I want to see if we could like it's a little off the beat, off the hip hop path, but. I want to acknowledge that I see you looking good, brother.
I appreciate you.
I see you, and I see you doing some health things. You looking like you cut down a little bit. You
almost
know what I'm saying?
Almost down 100 pounds.
Nah, you know that's what's up. And what brought that on? What brought that on? What brought that on?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't recognize him?
Yeah, I'm like, what the?
What brought that about?
This is the good-looking slim brother.
Yeah, what brought that about?
That was my fat brother. This is good-looking slim
What
brother.
brought that about, though? You know what I mean?
You know what's
health
so
is wealth.
You know what's so crazy? Like I've never eaten pork, right?
Okay.
I gave up beef in '92. Never drank, never smoked, never tried it. Right? That was never my thing. But
Wow, that's impressive. I gotta give that.
I mean, that's just
Very impressive.
So I was in the midst of a divorce, right?
Wow.
And so to try to find that comfort of home, it was in food. And it was the hours. It was like a certain type of food. I want good shit, so I'm at Cheesecake Factory probably twice a day, and in between snack and all types of shit. So it was just not really being diligent about my shit. Like I was always athletic. I always played sports, whatever the case may be. And I just was like, fuck it. Like I was not even letting myself go. It was just like not paying attention to it. Like it's just like I could eat, and as long as they kept making sizes, right? 2X. I can say like I'm good. And then
That's good.
Yeah, watching my dad. My dad just recently died.
Sorry.
No. Yeah, rest in peace. But it's not a sad story.
Yeah.
It's watching him fight cancer for like 8 years. He never complained. Like never. And I was like, well, I come from that. So what the fuck am I doing? And I just got up one day, August 30th, and I was like, that's it. Like, it's done.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? And it's just like, we down like 90 pounds. We got a few more to go. And we're going to get there.
Nah, I think we should promote that with everybody.
Hell yeah.
So I'm on it right now.
So-
I ain't lose a bunch, but I'm on like 10 down.
So real quick. So I know we about to segue to another segment of the show, but I want to ask you one more question.
Okay.
And that might tie into Amadeus because it's pretty much on the same plane.
Okay,
Because
so-
legendary shit.
No, I never dated Lisa Bonet.
You wanted to, though.
Let's clear that up right now.
Did you want to? Did you
I
want
don't know
to?
about data, but I wanted to do some things.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
I think we all did at one point in life.
That was good.
So how was it working with Buck Wild?
Oh, man.
Because he's a legend.
It's Buck Wild.
You work with
Salute to Buck Wild.
Yeah.
dog right there.
Everybody don't work with
He in
Buck.
my
Salute
Smith
to
and
Buck.
Wesson video with me. With
Okay.
Dead Rappers.
Salute
He's
to
in the
Buck
video.
Wild.
Yeah.
Shout out
Salute to
Buck
Buck
Wild.
Wild.
I literally just text Buck on my way in.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Buck is like, I call him Uncle Buck. Buck, you know what's so crazy? Like, Buck let me do my thing. Like he really just let me.
Right.
He trusted me, like, cause he got an engineer that he works with. He got somebody that does his mix and mastering. But I was like, yo, we got to take it to my man up in Boston, and he fucked with it. He let me, he let me go up there and you know, he didn't step in at all, right? He didn't step in at all, except for this one track that we did called The Blue Hood. And it doesn't have drums in it. And he was like, do you want the metronome? I'm like, nah, I'm going to get it. I didn't write it to the metronome. I'm just going to rock with it. And he came to the booth, and he was like, nigga, I recorded Story to Tell. Like, you got to get this shit right.
Absolutely.
So was you intimidated a little bit?
Nah, I mean...
you know, Buck Wild. You're like, God
but I know Buck.
Yeah, that's Buck.
Yeah,
I mean, you call him Uncle Buck.
Yeah,
but
like me and Buck, like, was at fucking Whole Foods together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and Buck was talking about sneakers. Like, it wasn't like Buck like that. And you know, like, you know, no, I don't know how else to say this. I don't want to come off as being overly confident, but I feel like I'm great. Right, so I'm
you ain't saying nothing wrong.
No, you ain't
are
saying nothing
great.
wrong.
You are great.
That bell one more time.
You are great. You are great.
I appreciate that. But I belong in these rooms.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So if me and Amadeus do an album, that makes sense, right?
That makes
Hold
total
on.
sense.
I gotta say.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna go back to the point.
Let's go.
We are the best
show.
radio station on Saturday nights.
Radio show. We
We
outside.
got greatness in this building.
So, but think about that, right? Just to go back to the Buck Wild, it's like you get ready to work with Buck Wild. You call him Uncle. You call him Uncle Buck.
Okay.
And you said you was texting him on the way to this show.
Right.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
Right. So
Coming to greatness with greatness.
Nice.
Okay. Oh,
But you call him
Beautiful.
Uncle. You
Uncle Buck.
call him Uncle Buck. We look at him as an icon.
He is.
Legendary.
He is icon.
I didn't say he wasn't.
Busta loves
I said we
Busta loves that dude.
respect him as an icon. We look at him as an
Buck
icon.
is an icon.
But you know, like, I'm walking in the booth, I'm getting ready to spit my bars with the guy that did Story to Tell with the greatest ever.
The nigga that did
Biggie Smalls.
fuck
That's
yeah.
right.
I mean, he did one of the greatest love songs of all time. You know, I Love You by Faith Evans. He did fucking Time's Up by OC, one of the greatest.
And you just but that's crazy. You walking in with all that legendary status.
But I'm a legend.
Oh, from
There you go. That's all I wanted to get out. That's what I'm trying to get out.
We got a caller, y'all.
We
got a
We're gonna take this call in and get into some legendary music.
That's dope. You are.
Hey, yo, caller, what's good? You are
Stick
now
your name,
rocking with the Bankai Breadtalk Hour. We got Amadeus and Rasheed Chappell in the building with Big
Stick
Bang
your
on the
name,
1 and 2s.
Yo, speak up, baby.
Salute. Thanks for checking in and tapping in with us.
Yes, sir. All right, we appreciate you listening, man.
Appreciate you.
All day, man.
Word.
Salute to you,
Much
man.
respect.
We appreciate you out here on the best show ever.
You on the best show ever on Saturdays,
That's
man.
right, man.
We about to get into some of that music right now. You heard?
Tap in.
Get ready, babies.
Yeah.
Some Amadeus
Turn it up,
Rasheed
man.
Chappell fire,
Good
baby.
luck.
If you at the
Let's get
barbecue,
it, big
turn it
man.
up.
Good luck.
Word up. Get the
Memorial
grill out,
Day
baby. We
weekend.
about to start cooking. Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day
We
weekend.
cooking right now. We on the grill.
I want the